and real. And we're on Facebook, but I got 2% on my phone, so let me go in and share it. And
Okay.
then I can tell you. I guess I'll tell you. I can barely talk at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm with you, son.
Really? Okay.
It's gonna be a great show.
Well, this is how it works, man. This is like Vera and I did a show yesterday. Neither one of us wanted to be on. We're both like, I don't want to be on. But that's what we're supposed to do, I guess. You know? That's what we're all supposed to do. Okay, let me share this out. And then I'm going to get you to help me, help you.
To share.
Help us. No, I'm going to get you to, I got to come out of that group. Okay, so I just want to get this out while I can still function and do a 3D function, because I'm not too grounded at the moment. Doesn't seem. Seems like I'm a little bit after, I don't know. After this show, well, how many shows have we done already? 2? Yeah, 2 shows. So, oh my gosh. 19 people in the house. Hello, everybody. We're going to be with Shanine's here, Shanine Banrian from the Freedom Network. We're going to be, what time is it? 11 o'clock?
5. Oh, no.
5 Eastern. It's 11. So we're going to be on Freedom Network in 10 hours. Morgan and I. Okay, so I got to turn my phone off because I don't have my charger. Okay. So, yeah, so we just had these 2 shows. They were fabulous. One with Augusti, which was supposed to be all music, and we talked the whole time. And then one with Marita, which was really good. But then, and then all this codes coming in. And then I get this message from this guy from New Zealand about the dolphins, and he's coming to Hawaii, and he's got this, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's all coming in there. All the pieces are fitting in together. You know, so it's like you get a transmission, and then this next thing comes in, it fits perfectly. It just takes up where the last one left off. So can we do something to like you do? Can you do something for us? How are you doing, Annie? It's good to see you.
I will do my best, darling. Yes, I will assist everyone to connect to the crystalline corridor and
let's do something.
access the all of the planetary interdimensional portals that are open right now, so that we can anchor everything into the crystalline corridor and into our hearts. That will assist you in being more grounded, and it'll help to discharge it's kind of like in the wintertime when you're walking around and you're full of static electricity and you're shocking everybody. When this amount of light continues to come through, we go in overload. So I've been taking naps, but the biggest thing that I've been doing is I've been going to the gym, working out between 2 to 2.5 hours every day, and then coming home and sleeping, and then going and activating portals around all of the beautiful landscapes that are around me to assist. And then you know, I usually will work out again at night before I go to bed, just because I am so full of energy right now. I have so much going on. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm wonderful. It's been it's gateway season right now for me, you know, for the gatekeepers, and the eclipses have been keeping us very busy. So it's in a very exciting time. And do you want me to like ground you now, or what do you want me to do? Are you okay? Is my talking with you just like assisting you to connect a little bit more, or what do you need me to do for you, honey?
Yeah, let's ground. Let's just whatever you call it. I don't even know what grounding is.
It's not even that's an old term.
You know what?
But
we can just go with it. Let's just go with it.
Okay.
So well, let me pull in all my aspects and align all my aspects right now. including
Mhm.
my heroic human and your heroic human. It's so good to
Yeah.
see you.
It's good to see you too,
So
honey.
good
It's
to
been a
see
while,
you.
like April, I think, right? Because I talked to you before I went to Sedona, right?
Yes, right before you went to Sedona, and yeah, it's been
Mm.
it seems to be about 3 or 4 months in between. Uh, the next time I see yeah. So yeah, it was right before you went to Sedona, and a lot's been going on.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. How have you been? I mean, there's been an obvious uh, whatever around that solstice last month and full moon, and then from there, it's nothing like I've experienced. These, what is it? What would it be? 20 days, basically, 3 weeks. Nothing like I've experienced. The
Mm.
intensity, the extremes. It's not bad. There's some amazing magic happening. I mean, there's like loops disappearing. There's things representing themselves. There's obvious timeline shifts with like a physicality, like a Mandela effect type of occurrence. Something like that. I don't know. How have you been?
Mm. Yeah, all of the above and then some. I think it's been. I really feel, Todd, it's dependent upon where you are on your ascension path, um, and as to what is manifesting for you at this time.
Yeah,
For me, I can only speak for myself. The theme for me, which I share, I feel, with Morgan and many other people on the planet, is sacred relationship to self, and then anchoring in that sacred relationship to all on the planet
yeah,
within sacred practices and working with the elemental realms and the different kingdoms and things like that. So for me, all of the themes through all of these transits and through, like we just had this beautiful eclipse and new moon that was in Cancer. So of course that theme was all interrelational, was all about relationships. There was a lot of, the people that were in my group, since we're like a soul group, we all have this linked, heart connection, and we were all going through the same things. So I'm learning that with the dissolvement of the linear time that is happening right now, what used to be in the 3D matrix was that the timeline for like an eclipse season could go back, like, perhaps we'll just use this as an example, like the last 9 years. And then the eclipse season will continue to work on you like a new moon would normally work. That theme you would continue to work on clearing for a month. The eclipse will add, like a 6-month timeline to that. With the linear time dissolving now, it's more theme oriented and it's no longer time oriented. So it's just about becoming even more super conscious as to what your triggers are, what's happening for you, what is dissolving for you. So for me, who's been working on the merging of the divine feminine and divine masculine aspects for myself for, since 2016 or even prior, because who hasn't been working on relationships their whole life, right?
right.
Um, more fear was coming up for me to detach from. More like I would have, like in dream time, I would have, these dreams that these men were trying to break in the house and to bring harm and things like that.
Wow.
And so, but it was starting to get to the point where things were shifting within my inner bio landscape, that it wasn't happening anymore, that the men that were coming in now were more of a softer nature. They
Mm,
weren't intending to do harm. So I was like, cool, I'm on the right track. Things are starting to move in this new direction. And so I just continued to work a lot on the root chakra. And various people come to me in the different timelines, either when I'm in the gateways, when I'm in the crystalline grids, when I'm in my dream time, or when I'm just in my meditation time, whatever it is, they'll come through. And what happened 2 weeks ago, I've been intently working on my root, as many of us have been, all just the themes. Let's just say the themes. It's not, I mean, because the Kratic system is completely changed now. But so the themes around feeling safe, feeling, the divine resources flowing and all of that kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Teal Swan comes through and like flips me over on my stomach and pushes this meridian point in all of it just dumped out. And I was like, cool. So I get up the next morning and I'm like, all right, I'm going to work on this. And so I find the meridian point, and sure enough, there it was. And it was already cleared, but now I'm able to use that on my clients and to show them how to hit that specific meridian point to drain that and just dissolve it just like that. Now, is it everything? No, because everything's in layers. It's just what had come up for me at this point in this juncture, with where I was. And there will be a continuous unveiling and detachment that is ongoing that will be happening. So,
well, what I'm wondering is, okay, I never paid much attention to the planetary and celestial bodies and alignments and all that stuff. I got some stuff in last night that like, I don't even understand it. What I'm trying to say is they seem to be obviously some type of map, and not, you know what I mean? It's not a two-dimensional map, like some type of multi-dimensional map, knowledge, source material or something. I don't know. To give us like a heads up or tell us what's coming, yeah. But is there a point where we free ourselves from that, where we don't need the training anymore? I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking this question. I have no idea even why I'm asking it.
In the realms of all possibilities, of course.
Yeah.
It's our journey. We get to make this up and to create our reality as we go.
Yeah.
I feel as until the collective consciousness comes into alignment with the heart space, there's always going to be that pull and that conscious choice within us to allow ourselves to spin out and things like that. When what I call it, Todd, is light technology that is coming through from the interdimensional portals.
Yeah.
So it is all new technology. Is it new? Truly? No, it's been around for eons, and it is contained within the all that is. To answer your question, I feel the more that we detach from am I a Syrian? I'm an angelic. I have all of these different, fractals of myself, and we just jump directly to our I am source, which contains the all that is. Then there is no more separation. There is no more need for having to be seen for having these things, or having to have knowledge of these things, or having to feel like things are being, put out in a, at a it's always going to, well, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's always anything, but it is a one step at a time process right now. And that is the human condition. And that was how this human template was built in.
Yeah.
But I feel that the more that we dissolve and empty ourselves from everything that has been previously manifested,
Right.
the more that those types of things will just be, it'll come through, boom, we'll be connected. The telepathy is going to be online. We're going to be connected to all things, and things are going to be a lot smoother. But it is all dependent upon the collective consciousness. That is the one spiritual law of the way that the planet Gaia was created. Was
Yeah, and
Did I explain it?
Yes, and I think we're already seeing evidence of that. I guess I totally agree. I totally agree about past lives and future memories and alternate timelines and parallel timelines, as well as, in other words, whatever that memory is, it comes in, we get what we need from it, and we move forward.
Exactly.
We expand it, would be another way to put it. And to me, the same goes for anything we connect to, any face of the universe. It's like, it's part of the story. It's there. It's like a part of the cookie crumb trail home. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what I'm getting, or what I feel is we're not going anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I like the physicality. I think we're doing something extraordinary. My question is, yeah, things serve us to a point and then we detach, right? Just like traumas, we detach. The past, we detach. And so heaven on earth, we're walking here in this physicality, merging the non-physical and the physical, in creating from the inside out, creating the highest good, creating co-creation and collaboration and all that stuff, creating heaven, creating nirvana. So do we detach from the cookie crumb trail home? Do we detach from the stars? Do we have dominion? Do we have power, or do we invoke or enact or engage our power to a point where we are literally creating in the moment something always new? You know what I mean? I mean, you get what I'm saying?
I do.
And
And
nothing
I mean,
against, I got nothing against the stars. I'm just trying to say,
I know what you're saying.
is
Yeah.
that an overlay? You know, we're watching a movie. You know,
Mhm.
is that an overlay that serves us and has served humanity since the primitive cultures? I mean, since the beginning. But are we are that too, right? We are that
Yeah.
too. That's part of our composition. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I kind of, no. I mean, see, this is the sticky wicket. We can't really detach from anything or separate ourselves from anything because everything is us.
Yeah.
So we are part of the stars and all that is. However, I feel like that, I mean, if you want to look at it, it could be like an aspect of the divine feminine. It's the backdrop of the source of knowledge and all the technology that is available if we wish to tap into.
Yeah.
It does not rule us. This is the thing that we are moving out of from the third dimension, is that like Mercury retrograde does this and thus and such to us. Nothing does anything to us. It is all a choice of us, of where we are and what we're desiring and what we're wanting to move through and move beyond. But to me, I look at like the stars and the planets as a source of beauty, as a source of ongoing connection. For me, that shows to me that there is no separation, that we are all like a continuous flowing energetic. That's the way that I look at it. When I look up at the stars at night, I feel larger than life. I feel my sovereignty deepen within myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Man, it's really ramped up though these last few days. And you're talking about this occurrence with Teal Swan. Now, do you know her?
not personally, no.
So
Just
this
followed her for years, but she's in dream time with me a lot. We
yeah,
do a lot of work together, just
yeah,
as we all do.
yeah.
But that's
And
really wild. But
that's perfectly normal. We hear about this stuff all the time. You know?
mhm,
I mean, I know all of us do. I hear about it. I know Morgan hears about it. Sometimes they say y'all both were in the dream. Our neighbor
mhm,
had one the other night where we both appeared, and then there was an energy of a male, like a boy,
mhm,
and she's telling us about this. And Morgan's like, "Oh, you're gonna have maybe you're having a baby," something like that.
mhm,
But this is people I know are exchanging messages all the time. You were in my dream last night.
mhm.
We did some work together. You handed me a crystal, so I think that's pretty cool.
Right.
What you said about Teal Swan.
I think for me, the one of the greatest challenges, like it's been things have been collapsing so quickly. And I know we said this before, but it seems like it's like last week. I can't even tell you because I don't even know. But I know I posted something on Facebook, and I'm not on Facebook much, especially during this eclipse season right now. I'm learning from my dear sister, Sandra Walter, who I do know and I love and honor so much. She's like, you're learning to be visible right now during these types of transits and things like that, because for me it's a challenge. I can't think, I'm like, here's a perfect example. Yesterday, I scheduled this today because I knew this was the gateway day. And usually on the gateway day, I'm fully present. Yesterday, I go to the gym. I'm driving to the gym, and we've had this conversation before. I'm driving in the car, and all of a sudden my Merkaba just starts spinning, and I'm getting pulled into the gateway. And I'm like, I'm present enough to know that there's a car in front of me. I'm coming to a traffic light, and the person that's on the other side of the traffic light is going to make a left-hand turn.
Yeah.
So I start to slow down a little bit, but I'm just like cruising along. And literally, I see light rays just shooting alongside of me, and I am in a tunnel. And I thought, I am going to go right through this car.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I did. It's kind of like you said, all of a sudden, like the steering wheel started to dissolve for you and you weren't holding on to it anymore. And then you thought, oh my gosh, I better like grab on. And I was like, I better like hit the brakes. Where are the brakes? And I'm like, I need the brakes. And I stopped the brakes, and I stopped just in time. But I get to the gym. I'm on the treadmill. I've got my music on. I'm doing my thing. And I'm like a drunk person. I can't walk. Like
Yeah.
nothing's working.
Yeah.
And I tried to work out on a few machines, and I was like, I have to go. And I'm like trying to be as present as I can to get back home. So I'm still learning how to balance during these times so that I can be more present, so that I can give a little bit of information as to what's going on with me, not necessarily what's going to be happening to anybody else, because everybody's journey is different.
I agree.
It's up to, each person to, I don't want anybody to take on my belief system. That's the whole point of dumping everything that we've learned up to this point is, not to latch on to everybody else and to start identifying with them and where they are and what they're doing. It's all about your personal journey and what you're going through.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. The emotions, important. I don't know. It's getting so real. I mean, it's like real. Like I was telling that story to Marita, like Morgan driving home and the neighbor being 2 cars behind her. And she takes a left and a right. It's single lane roads. And she comes down the hill and the neighbor's pulling in the parking space in front of her. How the hell did that happen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, timeline.
I know. There's like a physical evidence of it, almost like a Mandela effect type thing. It's weird. And and then I never had communications with dolphins and whales until a few days ago. I started hearing them and sensing them, and then of course all the other stuff that happens. The galactic star family visitations and communications. We had a triad merging. In about 3 weeks ago, with 4 people in our monad, apparently. And this wasn't the first monad experience we'd had, but it was the first time 4 of them each merged with us. And they're incarnated. We know them. Like, whoa.
What?
Yeah, we had a full-blown, I mean, we're talking merging every chakra, it's orgasmic. I mean, they were all different, but wow, I mean, so it's that non-physical stuff going on, and now in this incredible, miraculous physicality, it's like every day goes by, every moment goes by. I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. I do not want to leave. I love it here. I love the fact that we're actually in this physical vessel, in this physical realm, and actually transforming all across the board, And it's just, and when I say all across the board, I mean, bringing in the other into visible light, or expanding our own visible light to see things in other dimensions that have been standing right next to us all along, and so on and so on. I mean, it's amazing.
I'm in complete and total agreement with you. I don't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
To me, it's so exciting every day, all day long, every minute that I get an opportunity to expand beyond who I was. I cannot wait to I'm very happy just as I am. But I'm looking forward to, as one who's anchoring sacred relationship on the planet. I can't wait to have my sacred partner so that I can delve deeper and to go into and start to experience the beauty, the new beauty of what that connection is like on
Yeah.
a whole new threshold, a whole new level. Just it's totally, completely, and totally uncharted territory here
Yeah.
on our planet,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so it's you guys give me it's not even hope anymore. It's just like I know it's here. It's come. I can feel it.
Oh,
It's
yeah. You see,
it's just like
you see it popping up everywhere. You see just different. It isn't always a couple. It's just you see the energies,
mhm,
the dance of the
mhm.
energies.
Yeah.
How? No. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
Well, you were talking about like the golden Christed light that like you're seeing more of that, and I'm seeing more and more of it in the portals and the gateways and things that I'm working in. But just sitting out in my yard and seeing the pixelation and the golden streams and everything that's coming out of Solaris right now, watching the sun and the rainbow colors emanating from our sun and the bursts of energy. Are you starting to see the like some of the dissolvement of the hologram that's around us, and starting just to see the beauty of in between the realms? Like you can just put your arm right there and you can touch another being.
I
Are
haven't
you guys
seen.
experiencing that?
Well, I guess in our own way, yeah. I can say visually, like for myself, like I saw these rainbow sparkles twice 2 days ago, and then when I was with Morgan that night, that was something other dimensional. Because we've had a lot of interdimensional experiences together. I mean,
Mhm.
the 10 days ago, I mean, and this isn't. It's not out of the ordinary for her to morph, even on occasion. She's seen me, at least I know one time we had an experience, but I saw her turn into the silhouette of a dragon. I saw the dragon fall on my chest. I saw the dragon above me. Um,
Mhm.
I've also, but visually, going back to the visual stuff, the sky is is not like it used to be. There
Right.
are
Mhm.
edges there. I see edges in the sky all
Yes.
the time. I
Mhm.
definitely see horizontal edges, and I know 57 years old that's not. Now maybe it's happened before here and there, and they can prove it scientifically and all that crap, but I'm seeing edges, okay?
Mhm.
And then I'm also seeing angles and edges up there in the space between the clouds or the clouds themselves. Not to mention, basically, at times looking at the clouds is like reading a book.
The
You know?
clouds. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I know they have taken on this new form of consciousness,
Yeah.
and working with the elements and the elementals so much, they are revealing so much to me. And just like you said, it's like reading a book. They are just
Yeah.
download after download after download, and I just sit there and I absorb all of it, and I can feel it and all the cells in my body lighting up, and I'm like, okay, at some point I'm going to speak it. It'll come out in words or in feeling state or whatever, but for right now I just know this is happening, and I'm getting these new technologies that are coming through, but
Yeah.
I don't always know exactly what it is yet.
Yeah. I
And
think. Yeah, I think a lot of what we're getting, because it's been coming so fast, especially in the last couple of months, we don't know what it is. And it's
uh-uh.
like I hear, you don't need to know what it is. You got it.
You don't need to know.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That's
when
what
you,
I'm getting too. It's stop trying to pinpoint and label everything and like
yeah,
put it and fit it
yeah,
in a nice little neat box. It's
yeah,
just like just feel the experience.
yeah,
I
yeah.
really feel like that's a lot of what it is that's going on.
So
Um,
you went to Sedona. I want to talk about that, but I want to tell you, when I went to Sedona, and I can't recall before that, I mean, obviously I do the lyric stuff and soul speaking, and that's been part of my journey, the talking and then the putting into music. And yeah, so it did happen before I went to Sedona. There was a few times, but it was a very indigenous type of thing. And I always had like an indigenous connection since I woke up. Um, but like recently, like over the last couple 2-3 weeks, it's like I hear these songs in my head, right? And they're I don't know if it's light language or if it's Hawaiian. It's really weird.
It's probably
So, yeah,
Lemurian.
it could be. I don't know. Yesterday we had an incredible day. I mean, and we just drove the entire island, and we went to this part of the island where had been closed down for the last year and a half because of the rains they had 2 years ago. I guess last year for 4 straight months. And the people here said the island, she was cleaning herself out. She was cleansing, you know. So this is a very special part of the island, and so we drove up there, and we went, and you can only go so far, and then you run into the mountain basically, and there's no more road. So we went up there, and at the very end of the road, there's this big, wide cavern, like cave, and it's like probably like, I don't know, like I want to say like maybe 40 yards wide, the opening, and then you go into it, and it's probably a good, 40 yards in this way, and it's got a little bit that way. And man, we walked in there, and I mean to tell you, it felt so familiar. And this song starts playing in my head. I don't I call it a song, but it sounds like a song to me. And it's these words seem so familiar. I don't know. I don't think it was light language. Somebody said Lemurian or whatever. It seems like that though. I don't know what that is, but it's like I know it's coming out, and I know it's not so much that it's coming out, but that it's coming in, right? Like that's coming in, are being opened within me,
Right.
and with it is more memories. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement. I feel what I found in Sedona.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. That's what I meant to say about Sedona. When I was in Sedona, that's the closest thing that's happened. I was driving my friend's car and going to meet Shakina Rhodes for the first time, and I just started belting this stuff out. But it was very indigenous, and that happened 3 or 4 times, and then that was it. But so what happened to you in Sedona? Did you go for Sandra Walters deal? Is that what you went for?
I did. I went. It wasn't enough time. I have to tell you honestly. Wow, it was too fast. We arrived on Saturday. Her crystalline, or actually no, we did the DNA. The DNA. I'm losing my brain. I'm sorry. Whatever. Her thing.
Sedona,
We did the
Sandra
DNA
Walters.
thing. Yeah, Sandra Walters thing. And
Yeah.
Giselle Coy was presenting with her as well, who's a sweet, beautiful lady who does the Conscious Media Fest.
Yeah, she's from Austin. Right?
So, well, she's been a gatekeeper in Sedona for since 2011, and she just left and went back to Texas. So, well, she's had 2 homes, but anyway, so, and then we left on Tuesday, or very early Tuesday morning. So it really was not enough time, but in the time that was there, the layers of consciousness, which I feel that is what you were connecting to, there on the island and possibly in Sedona too, the layers of consciousness that the vortexes hold, is definitely galactic in nature. Definitely Gaia's song is within them as well. When we arrived, it was pitch black. I could feel them saying, she's here, she's here, she's here, she's here. And I was going, oh my gosh, Kelly. I'm like, I can feel them. I cannot wait to see what I'm hearing and I'm feeling right now. Kelly's my friend that came with me. In the morning, watching the sun rise on the red rock and it changing from beige to oranges to reds and everything.
Purples.
I was in ecstatic joy the entire time that I was there. Ecstatic joy. I've never felt anything like it. I've never felt such a connection to a place. Everything was mystical. Everything was magical. I felt within every fiber within my being that this was a place that some of my own consciousness had layered and had orchestrated, with the mineral kingdom there and the energetic that was there from whenever, I don't know, whenever I did it. But it was the most magical place on the planet. I've been to Hawaii, I've been to Maui, which is very beautiful, and to other different places that have really lovely energy. When we left, I could hear them say, "No, that was too short. You can't leave yet. You're leaving." I was sobbing in the car. I have never had an experience like that. I was literally, my whole body was like engulfed in like almost like convulsions, sobbing, leaving. And as I turned the bend and I saw Cathedral Rock, I completely lost it. And I
Wow.
said, "I'm coming back. I'm
Wow.
coming back. I know it was too short. I'm coming back." I've never experienced anything like that. And it took me forever. And then when I got to the airport, I had delays and so it was just like, okay, Sedona's not letting me leave, or at that point I was in Phoenix. But I was, balancing and trying to figure out what was that. I've never experienced anything like that before in my life. And what Giselle had told me at the Creative Life Center was, think about it. There's a changing of the guards happening right now with the guardians and the gatekeepers here in Sedona. You may be one of the new gatekeepers. And I thought, I'm all in. If this is where I'm supposed to go, things will line up and I'll be there.
That's what I was going to say. It sounds like I'm going to go back for good.
Yeah, I would love it.
I thought it was. I was there 6 weeks, and they were, well, it precipitated coming here. I mean, I went 6 weeks there. I went to do the Thousand Goddess Gathering, cover that, and then I got the call on the way back to come here. But that 6 weeks was extremely intense, and I made some incredible connections. TL Guadalupe, my beloved sister, right, that I met there in person. So the first night I got there, I saw, what's it called? Anubis, the dog man. And I knew it was an interdimensional being. And I knew, I knew it was serious related when it happened. She had the same experience happen the same time, same night when I got there. And the night I left, it's okay. The night I left, the same interdimensional being ran up to me on this. You talk about dark, it was dark. And I was walking home and ran right up to me. I thought it was going to take me out. I could feel its breath. But that was the beginning, and that was the end, and everything in between was just as impactful.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had an experience, or Kelly and I had an experience on the trail. And there were times we went up to do meditations, and before we even entered, and there's like certain gatekeepers that were
It's
love
okay.
you. I really do. But I had to like stop and open my heart and say, I'm here, as a divine being. I wish to like connect with the vortex, may I enter? And I waited until I felt this opening for me to proceed. So we're walking along the trail, and out of nowhere we hear this wind, and it literally just came from right to left, whoosh, and went right past us. It sounded like an aircraft went behind us. And I'm like, what the heck was that? And I was just like, my whole being lit up. And then I got like complete, like the download, just felt really cold. And I was, at first, the mind is like, was it a road runner? Was it? I'm like, but it was behind our head. Well, road runner's going to be down on the ground. But we had like experiences like that the whole time. It was just absolutely amazing. Seeing all of the beings in the rocks becoming very prominent
Yeah.
standing out almost like a three-dimensional. I've never seen anything, because I see the rock beings all the time, and in the trees, the tree beings and things like that, they present to me, but they were like coming out like almost to greet me. And Bell Rock, when we were doing this one meditation, the vortex, I felt like it was going to pull me right off the side of the mountain, and I was going to fall right down, because Bell Rock was right across from us. And absolutely amazing.
Yeah. It's like an interdimensional super hot Sedona.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
For sure. I would love to go back soon. I hope I can get back there again.
So what do you got?
Maybe leave.
What's that?
And then maybe not be in Cleveland anymore. I have one more year here at least. My one daughter's leaving for college in a few weeks. And then my youngest will be a senior this year. And after that, I can fly.
Yeah, I got that too. Somebody said the dog is telling you the dog. I actually got that long ago, like before he even started barking. That whole thing. It must be that Sedona connection. There was something about it tied to it. It was a very masculine experience. It was very much a masculine experience for me. A lot of masculine energy. Although there was feminine energy too. Now, you want to do anything? If there's anything you want to do, blessings, light language, any more anything that you want to get across to everybody, or anything like that, and then we'll talk about. Then after that, we'll end with what you do, what you're still doing, and how we can reach you and all that stuff. Any events you have, anything like that.
Okay. One thing I do want to share with you guys is the art of manifestation has changed, and I've been working with this, and then I can do a little something on top of that. But I just want to get this out there, because the heart magnetics is so strong right now, that we're working with it. And as long as you are continuing to command your bio landscape to amplify and your frequency to raise within you, you can do this now. I don't know if you remember, I don't know if it was in April when it kind of crashed for us, and I said I did a ton of work and I amplified my frequency way up, and we had some problems, and we had to wait and go back in the next day or whatever. But there's this vibrational entrainment that is happening within the body. So if you're wanting to manifest, say, divine resources, or whatever it is that you're wanting to do, and you're holding that thought, instead of just the feeling space, we would do the law of attraction and things like that. This is an entrainment within our body of being able to maintain the vibrational frequency, no matter what the thought form is that is coming through the limbic system in the brain, which is electric. We bringing those electrical impulses into the magnetic field within the heart, and literally just shooting that out through the heart, and then the flow of electricity will bring the alignment, and the alignment then will bring the results. So what Gaia showed me was, she was actually sitting on the ground, literally, and she had this basket in front of her, and she's like, it's as easy as just picking up these golden seeds and just tossing them. And as you toss them in the air, they just release. And you just know that that everything, source always has your back. It is all within you. It is all within each of us, especially as you are manifesting toward not only personal intention, but what is good for the betterment of all on the planet right now is what is the most important. Because if it's going to be good for you, then everyone will be taking part of it, like money equality for all.
Yeah.
You're such a meatball. What are you doing?
He's delivering. He's delivering code.
He is. He certainly is. So, all right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to help you guys anchor in these portals of light. So if you just want to drop in your heart space a minute and just really get that magnetic heart amplified. And take some deep breaths. And Gaia is always within you. So you're going to connect to the Gaia within you into the 5th, 6th dimension of New Earth. And you're going to expand your connection to Gaia, and you're going to ask her and invite her to reveal more of who she is, more of the kingdoms here on earth, the plants, the animals, how you can begin to co-create with them in this new way, and feel her begin to soften within you and what her energetic signature is. And then connect to, and you can use your finger or however you want to do through the tube torus of the ascension column. You've got this, spiraling energy, you can look at it as DNA because everything is spinning, everything is sacred geometry. And you want to open those interdimensional portals that are bringing in the new energy, the new light technology, the new pathways for us to anchor into the new earth at this time. And you want to pull those down. So you may see like little spinning vortices, and you just want to connect with them. And the way that I see it, it looks like a pole of light. And it's just the energies are just spiraling down like this. And then you want to anchor them into the crystalline corridor of Gaia right now, and into the crystalline aquifers, which is the water, the expansion of the water consciousness, connecting deeply to those water beings, which is the most prevalent within your own body. And knowing that the crystalline DNA that is happening in your body is bringing online the record keepers, that you are now a personal record keeper of all the Akashic records across all timelines, across all multiverses. Everything is yours in this now moment for you to bring forth for all, in the expansion of all kingdoms, all humans, all dimensions. And you can do this in your own backyard. You can go into spaces. I have portals all over my yard. You can, whenever you go out hiking, you can do it in the waters. Like today, I had word that I needed to get into the gateways and to work in Louisiana because there was a possibility of a hurricane there. So I went there and I pulled all of that new light intelligence down in to anchor in peace, harmony, joy, and love and balance into the water, and ask the consciousness of the water and all of the mermaids and the whales and the dolphins and all the fish and everything to amplify the Christed network and to link to all of the other way showers, all of the other crystal grid workers, so that we can all connect together and amplify all of that beauty here on the planet. You're too much tonight. So
thank you. Let us
you're
say,
welcome.
what's your friend's name over there? What's our
Gus.
Let's see Gus. Bring Gus on.
Come here, Gussie. Come here. Come here. Come and say hi. He's a pit bull. Can you say hi, buddy? Can you show your face?
Well, you don't have to worry about protection, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
he's a good boy.
Beautiful.
He's a softie.
Got a beautiful coat.
He's thank you. He's very sensitive to the energies. Whenever I have group here on Mondays and Sundays, once we hit a certain point, when the beings of light start coming in and the ascended master beings, he starts barking every time. You can always feel the increase of the amplification.
Yeah, this is pretty much going the same way today.
Right.
He's a sloppy kisser like me.
Yeah.
But,
so
the
only kisses I get.
All right, so I'm gonna show God, I'm gonna have to lay down till the next show. Okay, so this is AnnieZummo.com right here. It's a very well done website that she completed earlier this year. And are you still doing online sessions, energy sessions and stuff?
I am.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's all I do. I mean, I have some local people here that I work on, but pretty much it's all over Zoom or Messenger.
Can
So
you
yeah.
Can you give an overview of what you do?
Mostly ascension coaching. I assist with the activation of the DNA and the light codes in the body, teaching people how to balance and harmonize within themselves, to have a little more understanding of what conscious thought is. So when those old tapes start to play within oneself, that you really start to take notice, not judge them, but just love them and be able to assist them to move beyond and just say, that's not something that I'm willing to play in anymore. And I thank you for the time that you assisted me, but I'm ready to move beyond this now. But they can bundle anything. They can create, they can say, hey, I would like to know this and that, or how to move beyond this, and I'll be able to assist them. Crystals are always a part of it. I always bring the crystalline family in it. I'm a channel, so I can bring forth any of the ascended master beings to give them information about, their path. Give them a little more clarity. It's more than anything, it's just reassurance and assisting people to build their own confidence within themselves and to feel worthy of the sovereign being that they are, so that they can get out there and they can begin to do their work in whatever manner it is. Everyone's journey is their own. Everyone holds a specific vibrational frequency. Everyone here on the planet is a teacher, and everyone here came to expand the planet. So just because you're not a spiritual teacher or a way shower, you can be changing the vibration of a person by being a teacher, because you're expanding knowledge within them. So that is on your path. And, being just learning unconditional love in and of itself for yourself and then for all is also part of the spiritual journey too. So never feel like you're not doing or accomplishing anything, because every day we are going so far beyond where anyone felt that we would be, especially at this time.
True that. No doubt. No doubt. Do you okay, two questions. Do you have any events coming up, and do you have a community, a virtual community, or is it local only?
I don't have a virtual community. That is something that I'm working on. I don't know exactly what that is about yet for me, what that hesitation is, or part of it is the not being able to be fully present. But I'm moving. I feel like I'm moving in the right direction with that. So I do have, a group of people here that I work with every week, and I do want to have more of a virtual community. Yes, I'm going to be doing some videos, creating things like that. I'm taking a course right now to learn how to produce some things to make them look a little, a little better. So that, like, the sound and things like that are not right. So,
well, take it from me, somebody who's not been very professional about any of it. Just put it out there. Just put it out there. It'll happen.
Right.
All right.
That's so true. Thank you for that, brother. I do. I need to get beyond what I feel it needs to look like or feel like, and just share.
Just put it out there. Yeah. It's okay, Gus. So this is a year of expansion and sovereignty, co-creation, collaboration. Let's all get over to AnnieZummo.com. Check her out. She's got a great track record. A lot of people have benefited from sessions with her. So, Annie, until the next time, big hugs and kisses to you and Gus. And
you
all your
too. And anyone, if you sign up after watching this, just, you can send me a little message that you saw me on Todd's show, and I will contribute a portion to assist Todd and Morgan to continue, because that's what this is all about.
That's
It's
right.
about he's assisting me, I assist you, and we just assist all. Right. So big love to you. Please give Morgan a hug for me. I can't wait to meet you guys in person. I want to get to the island to see you guys. So
either that or we'll see you in Sedona sometime.
From your lips to God's ears. Okay, love you. Bye, honey.
Bye-bye.